was hated by as many more. For 40 years, appeared in Kane newsprint, no public issue on which Kane papers took no stand. No public man whom Kane himself did not support or denounce. Often support, then denounce. Twice married, twice divorced. First to a president's niece, Emily Norton, who left him in 1916. Died 1918 in a motor accident with their son. 16 years after his first marriage, 2 weeks after his first divorce, Kane married Susan Alexander, singer at the Town Hall in Trenton, New Jersey. For wife too, one-time opera singing Susan Alexander, Kane built Chicago's Municipal Opera House. Cost $3 million. Conceived for Susan Alexander Kane, half finished before she divorced him, the still unfinished Xanadu. Cost, no man can say. Kane, molder of mass opinion though he was, in all his life was never granted elective office by the voters of his country. But Kane papers were once strong indeed, and once the prize seemed almost his. In 1916, as independent candidate for governor, the best elements of the state behind him, the White House seemingly the next easy step in a lightning political career. Then, suddenly, less than 1 week before election, defeat. Shameful, ignominious. Defeat that set back for 20 years the cause of reform in the U.S., forever canceled political chances for Charles Foster Kane. Then, in the first year of the Great Depression, a Kane paper closes. For Kane, in 4 short years, collapse. 11 Kane papers merged, more sold, scrapped.
Correct.
Don't believe everything you hear on the radio. Read the Inquirer.
How did you find business conditions in Europe?
How did I find business conditions in Europe, Mr. Bones? With great difficulty.
You're glad to be back, Mr. Kane?
I'm always glad to be back, young man. I'm an American. Always been an American. Anything else? When I was a reporter, we asked him quicker than that. Come on, young fella.
Well, what do you think of the chances for war in Europe?
I've talked with the responsible leaders, the great powers, England, France, Germany, and Italy. They're too intelligent to embark on a project which would mean the end of civilization as we now know it. You can take my word for it. There'll be no war.
Kane helped to change the world. But Kane's world now is history. And the great yellow journalist himself lived to be history. Outlived his power to make it. Alone in his never-finished, already decaying pleasure palace, aloof, seldom visited, never photographed, an emperor of newsprint continued to direct his failing empire, vainly attempted to sway, as he once did, the destinies of a nation that had ceased to listen to him, ceased to trust him. Then, last week, as it must to all men, death came to Charles Foster Kane. You